Hi everybody, it's Donna with Northstar Tarot. We're here to do some readings for you. I'm going to do a pick-a-pile, okay? So I hope everybody is well and having a good night. Well, it's night for me when I'm recording this, so yeah, I hope you're all having a good night. So let's get down to it. So we're going to use these as your cards to pick a pile with, okay? Just something different. Okay, so we're going to do 4 piles. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are, they're called sight cards. They're very hard to get here in Canada, but I have them. Okay, so 1 is prison. 2, there's no, the Inquirer. We don't use reversals with these ones. Number 3 is the Home. And number 4 is the Cave. Okay, so these are your choices for your readings, okay? We're going to have prison, we're going to have the Inquirer, the Home, and the Cave. If you feel drawn to more than one, absolutely go ahead and pick one, okay? So I'm going to pull a couple of crystals out, and maybe you want to choose with a crystal. Okay, so pile 1, prison, we're going to use this huge heart amethyst. And then the Inquirer, we're going to use this 4-leaf clover in rose quartz. The Home, we have obsidian, rainbow obsidian. And then the Cave, we have quartz, just a white quartz. Okay, so go ahead, take your time, pick your pile 1, 2, 3, or 4, and we are going to be focusing on what does Spirit want you to know for the next week, okay? So what does Spirit want you to know for the next week? So have a look at this and really give it some thought, okay? And don't be afraid to pick more than one pile. You can certainly do that, okay? So if you picked pile 1, this is prison. So this is your card and your crystal, okay? So we're just going to put that there. Grab a deck. And we're going to get started, okay? So the question is, what does Spirit want you to know for this week, okay? So what does Spirit want you to know? So here we go. We have the Queen of Pentacles, 5 of Wands reversed, the Hanged Man reversed, the 2 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and the World, okay? So, yeah, so basically, I mean, you're coming out with the Prison card, which, you know, is feeling stuck, right? So it's basically you're feeling stuck right now. So whatever's going on, I feel like you need to find ways to get unstuck this week, okay? What is making you feel stuck? We'll look at that. And then we'll look for ways that you can definitely get unstuck, okay? So, yeah, so, I mean, the Queen of Pentacles is all about you doing very, very well. Things going like they should, feeling grounded, feeling safe, okay? So feeling very, very good about most things. So everything at home is good. Everything practical is kind of working. You know, like I don't see any reason for this yet, right? But yes, definitely feeling as though things are going quite good. But then we get the Five of Wands reversed, and I feel like there was a bit of a argument or a disagreement with someone that has left some hard feelings, okay? Now, I think this is where this comes in, is that not knowing what to do about those hard feelings that are left hanging there, right? It's like the Hanged Man's reverse. So it's time to take some action on it. Time not to waste anymore. Maybe, you know, maybe it's a good time to look at it. Maybe, you know, maybe it's been long enough. It's happened a while ago. And maybe it's time to look at fixing that, you know, look at repairing that relationship. And we'll have a look and see if we can figure out exactly what this relationship is, okay? So I feel like it's definitely something that matters to you. So it's a relationship that was very important to you. So it could be an ex, it could be a friend, could be a parent as well, or a child. So something like that. Okay, we will look again at that and see. And then I feel like you had no choice at the time. Because of this disagreement, you had to kind of walk away. And I feel that you made the right choice at the time. And then with the world, it's time to bring it all back together. So looking at this, you know, Spirit wants you to look at how can you bring this relationship back together? What can you do to kind of, you know, pull this all back together? And who is it about? Okay, so let's have a look. We've got the Six of Cups, so it's definitely a family member, okay? So somebody in the family that you had a disagreement with, that you know, there was some hard feelings, whatever that may be, okay? That's who it is, and I feel like it needs to be rectified now. If you can't think of anybody offhand, you know, maybe it was a long time ago and maybe you just haven't thought of this situation. Maybe, you know, maybe it bothers them more than you, and maybe that's, you know, maybe that's why you need to look at it, right? So definitely feels like a family member here, okay? I feel like this will give you a lot of closure and opportunity for it to, you know, this feels like it will make family gatherings better. It'll make family events better, all that kind of stuff. There'll be no more animosity, you know, and I think it's going to make everybody involved feel better, because even though maybe nothing is said, everybody kind of feels that energy, okay? So you want to look at that, see who that is, and see what you can do to kind of fix that, you know? It's time to let that go, time to fix that, okay? So let's gather these up and let's see what our next situation, you know, is going to be about. So to me, that was definitely about this, right? And it was very important that you looked at that situation and you tried to fix it. So what else does Spirit want you to know for the week? Let's have a look and see, okay? So we've already got that situation on the way, you know, that you need to look at and think about mending. I feel like things are going very good this week, okay? Time to celebrate, time to have some fun, time to look at things in a new perspective, okay? Surrounded by lots of people this week, so I feel like there's a lot of people around you, and I think that that's okay. I feel like, you know, you're doing good. Lots of personalities around you too, and that can always get a little sticky sometimes, but you are enjoying it, and I feel like this is a very good week for you that way, okay? You need to get some rest, though. So whatever's going on with you, you definitely need to get some rest. So I don't want you to go out and party hardy and not be able to function the next day, right? So you got to make sure that you're taking care of yourself as well, okay? I also see some higher learning for you this week, and I feel like it's a good time to curl up with a book, maybe something nonfiction, so you can actually learn something new, and I really think that you would enjoy it, okay? So it looks like a real good time to celebrate, you know, part of the week, but, you know, maybe on the weekend, but before that, you want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, and that you're resting, and, you know, that you don't get out of hand, okay? Celebrate the people around you. So make sure your friends know that they're important to you. Make sure the people in your life know how you feel about them. Sometimes, you know, we have our friends and we have our certain people, but we just don't let them know how important they are to us. And once in a while, it's a really good idea to do that. So either send them a quick little message or anything like that, just to say, hey, I'm thinking about you today, or hey, thanks for always being there for me, or whatever it is that you want to say. Sometimes we need to make that extra kind of mile, okay? Put in that extra kind of step, all right? So yeah, so we are going to look at, I'm going to pull out an oracle deck. And this is the magical messages from the fairies. Okay, so we'll have a look and see what kind of message you get from this oracle deck, okay? It's beautiful. So, this oracle deck is telling you, this is summer. Everything that you're asking for become yours in the summertime. And children, your connection with children is part of your life's purpose. And affirmations. To lift up your thoughts and energy and attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. So that makes so much sense, right? Excuse me. You know, enjoy the nice weather when it is nice. You know, take advantage of your surroundings. Take advantage of nature. And make sure you're spending time in nature, okay? And everything comes alive, and everything is alive in summer. And you want to make sure that you are using that to your advantage, right? Get grounded in nature. You know, spend time in the universe or with Mother Nature, you know, saying thank you to the universe, right? And what a better way to explore nature, but as your own child, right? So as a child within you, let that child within you out to play. Or if you have children, bring them with you, right? And watch them. Or play with them, you know, and let that child out to play. We have to remember that we still have the child within us, and we have to be able to let that child out and be able to play once in a while. And then we have, you know, affirmations. I like to read an affirmation every morning, and I make that part of my daily routine. And that really helps me set a tone for the day, right? So it really does set a positive tone for the day. And even when things get tough, I can remember that affirmation because it was just a few hours ago. So anyway, these are very, very good. And I think they are beautiful. And I think will help your week, okay? So there is your reading for the week. And thank you very much for joining me. You picked pile number 1. Thank you. Blessings, my dear. Hi, if you picked pile number 2, welcome. This is your, this was the card. This is called the Inquirer. Basically, you are very curious as to what the cards or what your spirit wants to tell you. So let's have a look and see. We're just going to put that there with the crystal. Grab a deck of cards. So let's see what spirit wants you to know this week, okay? We have the Tower, 5 of Cups, 9 of Wands, King of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and Page of Pentacles. Okay. There's going to be some kind of upset this week, okay? I feel like things are not going to be as easy as it would, as easy as it would, as easy as it could be, okay? Yeah. There's going to be some sadness coming around you. You're going to feel like you need to protect yourself. It feels like things are just kind of adding up against you. You know what I mean? Like things are just not going your way. It feels like there is, someone that is not respecting you, someone who is, giving you a hard time, some sadness being brought about. I think it has to do with just this kind of not being heard and misunderstood. I think that's what it is more than anything. And it's just, you feel like you can't put your guard down for 1 minute. So it feels very, very stressful, okay? So really, really stressful this week. I don't think it's work, okay? So for me, this doesn't feel like work. This feels like everything else but work. Work seems to be going okay. This feels like everything else but that. So relationships, family, neighbors, anything like that. It could be that, family members. It just feels like very much out of your control. Like there's not a whole lot you can do to stop it from happening, but there is ways to deal with it that, we're going to look and see and see if we can find some good things for you to do to kind of deal with this, right? It just feels really, really disastrous, actually. Okay, so we've got the 8 of coins there. So basically, keep focused on your work. Your work will kind of keep you focused, okay? So that'll give you what you need as far as an escape, as far as grounding. You know what I mean? Like, it'll give you that solace that you need, all right? When you're dealing with all this kind of other stuff at home or with family members or friends or whatever, this will kind of give you, you'll be able to distract yourself with some good, solid work, okay? So make sure you're doing that, but you can't distract totally, right? You do have to deal with this. And let's see what you're going to do here. Queens of Wands reversed and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so it's basically going to take some really good work, okay? It's going to take being honest, being open, not being afraid to confront somebody, stand up for yourself, all that kind of stuff, okay? Being very confident. Your confidence is a little low here. The Queen of Wands, I'd like to see her this way. But yeah, but you are reversed, so you're not showing that much confidence. So you need to find that within yourself, okay? So build that confidence within yourself and protect yourself, okay? Go and, assert yourself. You don't want to be aggressive, but you do want to be assertive, okay? So whatever's going on here for this Tower moment or this Tower week, you want to make sure that you are being assertive. And, you want to stand up for yourself and you want to say your truth, whatever your truth is, and I think it's very important that you speak your truth and that you follow that, okay? So one more card here just to see. After that, after you do that, after you say your piece and after, you do what you think you need to do to resolve this as best as you can, then you need to rest, okay? Then you need to just take back some time for you, have some rest, do some meditation, whatever it is. Bring yourself back to ground zero, okay? Get yourself really grounded and bring yourself back, okay? Because this is not going to be an easy situation or an easy week. So find yourself, making sure that you pull back and that you are looking after yourself. good food, good rest, good talk, all that stuff. Speak well to yourself, all that kind of thing, okay? So that's what we're going to do about that one situation. Now, just moving forward, we're just going to have a look and see if anything else is coming up this week for you besides that moment, okay? Let's pull some good stuff here for the week, okay? What Spirit wants you to know as far as the good stuff goes. Let's see, my dear. We have the Hierophant reversed, the Magician, the Knight of Swords, the Fool reversed, the Eight of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, so however that left you feeling, with dealing with this kind of situation that you had, to the difficult situation, you also have to remember it's a good time to look at what were your goals and how did this influence your goals. Maybe you need to set some new goals. Maybe you need to restructure your goals. Maybe you need to take some new ideas and really, implement them, okay? So it's a really good time for you to see where you're headed and how are you going to make it happen for you. How are you going to make things move forward in a really good, productive way? Get involved in something, okay? You don't need somebody else to tell you what to do. You can get involved with something. You can find your way through, and you will, you can have these wonderful ideas, and then, put yourself out there to learn something new and readjust your goals, your aspirations, all that kind of stuff, okay? And that should work out very, very well for you, all right? Now, we're going to pull a couple of oracle cards for you. These are messages from the fairies. So these are messages from the fairies. So let's see what these have to say for you. New career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. Spiritual teacher. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. And let it go. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. Well, I think these work perfect for you. I mean, if you think about it, whatever was going on with the, with the people, the family member or members, you do need to let that go. Say your piece, like I said, let it go and rest, right? So absolutely let it go. And then, so a new career. So maybe maybe you're doing more spiritual work. Maybe you're learning, maybe you're teaching. Maybe you need to go into a healing modality. Maybe it'll be a sidekick for you. Maybe it'll be a brand new career that you're going to do full time. Look at different opportunities. Like I said, you have really good ideas, and all these ideas are going to come to you, and it's time for you to do something, right? So think about what you want to do. Is there something that you want to do different? Is there something that you feel can shift for you and really, bring out more feeling that you're on you're filling your purpose, and see if there's anything that comes to mind for you, okay? So so work on that. And this was very, very nice, and it kind of, it made me feel better rather than the negativity that I was worried about there. But, everybody has the ups and downs in life, and nobody is immune to it. So don't worry about that. You're going to get through that just fine, and you will be okay. And then, then you'll be back to do more. So blessings, my dear. Hi, if you pulled pile number 3, this is the card you chose, the home, with the rainbow obsidian. So we're just going to put this over here and see how it comes out in your reading, okay? The home is it's a beautiful card. It's all about domestication, being all about your domestic situation, okay? So yeah, it can swing over into different things, but that's where it kind of lies. So let me see here. I'm going to pull a tarot deck, and we'll see what your initial situation is for this week, right? What does Spirit want you to know for the week? Oh, we've got a card boxed. So we have the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, Two of Swords, Page of Wands, and the High Priestess. Okay, so that is good, okay? So this is all very good. So I feel like, how do I say this? Basically, things are going to start moving for you this week, okay? So you've got new ideas, you've got new possibilities coming for you. There is room for growth, okay? There's lots of room for growth here. I see you venturing out on something new, and I think this is exciting. It's a journey for sure, okay? So maybe you're going back to school, maybe you're going to take a new job, maybe you're going to do something on the side. There's some big movement here, okay? Trust your intuition and what your intuition is telling you. And you're going to have to make a choice, okay? So I think you're going to have all these ideas and these thoughts and all these desires that you want to do. There's going to be lots of it, and you're going to have to rein it back, and you're going to have to pick something, okay? So whatever it is, something's going to bring about these ideas and stuff that you want to change for your work, your career, your hobbies, something like that, right? And you're going to have to make a decision as to what you're going to do with it all. And I think it's really going to give you a great opportunity here, okay? So look forward to that. Listen to your intuition. Your intuition is very, very strong this week. You're on top of your game there for sure. So pay attention to what your intuition is telling you, okay? And especially when it comes to things at home. Pay attention here. How can you make a difference, okay? So what is going to make the difference, for you, right? So let's just pull a couple of clarifying cards to see if we can get a little bit more idea at what this is all about, right? So we have the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Coins, and the Three of Swords. Okay. Well, this is making a lot more sense to me, okay? So what I see here is that if you're in a relationship, then you are kind of making your stand, okay? So you are saying what you need, what you desire, what's going to bring you guys closer together, and what you kind of don't want anymore, like if there has been some conflict or something that you have not been able to resolve, now is the time to talk about it, okay? Now this week is a good time where you can feel some clarity, make those decisions about what you want, what you need for you, and bring them to the attention of your partner, okay? Or this can be a thing about feeling like you've got to do this now because you want to get kind of settled if you're not in a relationship before a partner comes, okay? You want to feel like you're headed in the right direction. Don't let the past mistakes donate your future, okay? Just because you made mistakes in the past doesn't mean you're going to make the same mistakes again, okay? Just because you were hurt in the past doesn't mean someone's going to hurt you again. You are not the same person. You have learned a lot, and you will make better decisions, okay? So you will pick better people. And if you've made some mistakes, you can learn by them, okay? Know that this is about abundance. This is about getting on your feet, no longer allowing someone else to kind of dictate how you feel, whether you're hurt, whether you're happy, whether you're sad. You know, you get to dictate that, nobody else, okay? So that's what I think this is all about, okay? So this is all about, you know, love and how you're going to bring that into your home, right? Whether there's someone there now or not, how are you going to make it work in your home, okay? So yeah, so that's what I think this is all about. So that's kind of interesting. Very, very good. It's nice to get things kind of in a better place, you know, to feel good about where you are and what you're doing, right? And now we're going to I'm just going to pull a few cards to see your next kind of situation. So that was around the home, and it looks like around relationships. So let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. The Four of Wands, the Tower, the World, Strength, the Knight of Wands. So the same is coming up right here, and the Sun. So basically, do not let, you know, troubles in the past affect your bright future, okay? So I see you do have a bright future. There is stuff that you got to let go of. There's stuff that you're hanging on to. There's stuff that you are afraid are going to come back and haunt you, right? You want to let that go as much as possible. Find what your strengths are now that you didn't have before, you know, and I think that if you are in a relationship, you're pretty strong. You guys can talk things out, and I think you can figure things out, okay? I think you're stable, and I think you can. So I think this Tower moment is all about, you know, what had happened in the past, and you still have not let it go. So you still let it kind of take a hold of you and keep you from enjoying your future, okay? And I think that's what it is, okay? You have to look at where you've come since your past, okay? Since the hurt, since the hard times. Where have you come in relationships, and where have they brought you, okay? Your reading is entirely about your relationship with yourself, you know? I mean, it mentions a relationship with somebody, but it is basically your relationship with yourself that is so important, okay? So really work on honing in and getting okay with who you are, okay? And what you need to do to be happy, what you need to do to feel that sun, right? To feel that warmth, that power, you know? What do you have to do that, okay? I think that's very, very important for you. So we are going to use these magical fairy cards. I'm going to pull a couple of these magical fairy cards for you and see what they have to say. They are old. There's one of them that I just saw is falling apart here. Okay. So let's see. We have debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Well, isn't that fabulous? Patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unforeseen factors that need to occur first. Well, that's interesting. And a business venture. Trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. Well, those sound very, very interesting. So basically, as I see that, okay, so, you know, with your reading that we just did, I do feel like this is very, very good, right? So the next step in all your ideas and getting everything good in your relationship with yourself is paying off your debt and getting rid of that weight on you, okay? Making sure that you are feeling good about your life and that you're not carrying that debt forward. You know, maybe you're mad at somebody because you still have it, right? Or you're mad at yourself because, you know, you're there. So whatever the case, you can make a plan for this. It's not going to happen overnight. That's where the patience comes in. It's going to take a while, right? So this is where the factors need to occur first, right? So you've got to make that extra money in order to pay off that debt. And then maybe that's where you're going to start a little side hustle, right? And I think there was something about that in your reading as well. So yeah, this is really, really good. So maybe there's a new business idea, totally career-wise, or just a new little hobby or something that you're going to pick up and maybe make a few dollars on, okay? So whatever the case, it's very good. You're going to have a wonderful week, and I hope you enjoy your week. Thank you for joining me. Bright blessings, my dear. Well, hi, everybody. If you pick pile number 4, the cave, this is your pile, okay? So let's have a look. So the cave is really about, a little bit about depression or withdrawing, pulling back. Maybe you feel like you need to pull back right now. You need to withdraw right now. And that's okay if you feel that way, right? So let's have a look and see, what's up, okay? And what Spirit wants you to know this week. We'll make some sense of that cave. See what that's all about. So we have the Ace of Swords, King of Swords reversed, 2 of Coins, 7 of Swords, King of Coins, and the 9 of Coins. Okay. So these are not bad cards at all, okay? So lots of ideas rushing through your head, okay? So definitely lots of ideas. Now the King of Swords is reversed, so maybe this person is not really cooperating in your life, right? So it feels like somebody's not really cooperating, that they're not on the same page as you. They're not providing balance, or they're not in balance. So they're throwing you a little bit off balance, okay? You're trying to get that balance, but you're not quite there with this, okay? And maybe it's making you a little bit afraid. So maybe that's the depression, maybe that's the fear, they're withdrawing, right? Because the fear, maybe this person is your partner, or the lack of a partner, right? And maybe you're feeling sad, withdrawn, that, it's never going to happen for you. Those types of feelings, you don't want to carry that with you, okay? You can have balance in your life without a relationship. And if you are with somebody and maybe they're withdrawing and it's making you upset and now you're withdrawing, you want to be careful that they're not bringing you down, whoever this person is, okay? You have other people in your life that you can look up to, that you can enjoy, that you can have fun with. Don't let one bad apple spoil the whole bunch, okay? Or that negative energy spoil things for you. I feel like work is going very, very well for you, and I feel like there's lots of abundance around you, okay? So you can crawl out of there anytime. I don't think you have to be so worried or concerned, okay? I think things are going to work out. It just feels a little stressful right now. So let's see if we can clarify and get a little bit more out of that. So we have the 6 of Wands, okay? So this is definitely, the 6 of Wands is all about victory and triumph and all that. Everything is going to work out, okay? So whatever it is making you feel like you need to, hold back, or maybe you are depressed. Maybe you're falling into depression. Maybe you need to see a doctor, and maybe you need to get some help with that, right? And so go and do that, right? Whatever it takes. Go to the counseling, go see a doctor, whatever it takes, and get yourself healthy again so you can get out of that, okay? Because I feel like this is a matter of making a decision, making some hard choices and moving in a forward direction, okay? You have to see where you want to go next, okay? So if you're not feeling like you can get your balance with this person around, maybe they need to be out of your life for a while. Or maybe you just need a break. Maybe you need, you know, maybe you need, like I said, maybe you need some guidance or some help. Don't be afraid to ask for that, okay? That is very, very important. And sometimes we feel like we can do everything ourselves. Well, sometimes we need help. So whether it be a professional or whether it be friends or whatever, right? Sometimes we just need help. So let's close this up, and then I'm going to have a look and see what other situation kind of comes up, okay? So that is the one situation that you do need to deal with. That is my kitty making the noise. I apologize. She is scratching on her board. So, yeah, so we've got the Three of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Chariot, Three of Wands, the Moon reversed, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so this is good. Work is good, okay? So I feel like you work very, very hard, all right? Maybe you're not getting exactly where you want to go with work, but it'll come, okay? Keep working at it, all right? I do see a trip that you need to plan, so maybe this would be a good thing to bring you up, take you out of that rut. Just by planning the trip, you know, never mind going yet, right? But I think it'd be a really good time to start thinking about where you want to go and how it's supposed to look, how much money it's going to cost, and how you can afford it, all that kind of stuff, okay? And where you're going to go. I mean, maybe you're going to end up, it'll just be a day trip, or it'll be a weekend away, or whatever it is. Doesn't have to be big and elaborate, but it has to be something for you, okay? I feel like things are going to pick up for you. Things are going to move rapidly for you. So you want to be feeling good. You want to be on your game, okay? Let down your guard a little bit, okay? You don't have to be so on guard. Nobody is out to get you, okay? So I just feel sometimes we get that, that feeling that nothing is going right, and you know, that you're just not going to make it. And I think sometimes we get that stinking thinking, and it doesn't help us at all, right? So trust your intuition. You're not listening to your intuition. Your intuition's very, very good this week. So listen to your intuition and don't get stuck in the shadows, okay? If you are stuck in the shadows, if you're stuck in depression, if you're stuck in all that, you know, darkness, right? You can do some shadow work. I've got a video on shadow work. There's lots of information online, and I will be doing more about it. But don't hesitate to message me and ask me, okay, about shadow work. So anyway, so that is your reading. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards for you. These are the magical fairy cards. So, see what I get for you. We have flower power. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. So spend time in nature, right? Walk away, leave the unhealthy situation, and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. And new home. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. Now, it doesn't always mean like a new place to live. It could mean, you know, a new job. It could mean that you're a new idea that you've decided you're going to join something new. It could be just redecorating your room, or bringing in something that means something to you, or opening the doors and getting some fresh air and make your home feel new. Maybe you need to smudge, you know, get rid of all the negative energy, smudge your whole home, you know. those kinds of things. Or it could be a move entirely, but I didn't see that, okay? Make sure you're being true to yourself, that you're looking after yourself, that you are number one. And yes, definitely get out in nature and smell the flowers, basically, right? So there's your reading, my dear. I hope you enjoyed that. And we will see you again very, very soon. Bright blessings, everybody. Bye for now.